Beat it up like.
Welcome back. Today I will be reacting to Future Nostalgia by Dua Lipa for the very first time, and I'll be going through the entire album. So if you enjoy this video at the end, please don't forget to comment, like, or subscribe. Let's start.
You want a like modern architecture, John Lautner coming your way. I know you like this beat, cause Jeff been doing the damn thing. You wanna turn it up.
Is that a squirrel? No, it's too big. Oh no, there's a person. It's a small dog.
Loud. Future Nostalgia is the name. I know you're done trying to figure me out. My name's on the tip of your tongue, keep running your mouth. You want the recipe, but can't handle my sound.
I just love this blend between pop, rock, funk, and disco. How she combines all of these elements to create her own unique sound. You hear the She's confident. She called herself a female alpha.
Can't be a rolling stone. You keep on talking that talk. One day you gonna blast out. You can't be bitter if I'm out here showing my face. You want what now looks like. Let me give you a taste. I know you're done trying to figure me out. My name's on the tip of your tongue, keep running your mouth. You want the recipe, but can't handle my
I just find that hook so catchy. Da 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 da.
I know you're done trying to figure me out. My name's on the tip of your tongue, keep running your mouth. You want the recipe, but can't handle my sound.
Okay, and this song is called Don't Start Now. I've heard this before, and I'm a big fan of this song. Very catchy.
If you don't wanna see me, did a full 180, crazy, thinking about the way I was. Did the heartbreak change me? Maybe, but look at where I ended up.
What an empowering song. Did the heartbreak change me? Maybe, but look at where I ended up. Putting those scars to good use.
I'm not where you left me at all. So if you don't wanna see me dancing with somebody, if you wanna believe, aren't you the guy who tried to hurt me with the word goodbye? Though it took some time to survive you, I'm better on the other side.
Talk that shit.
I'm all good already, so moved on, it's scary. I'm not weak, can stop me. Don't show up, don't come out, don't stop caring about me now. Walk away, you know how. Don't start caring about me now. Don't stop now. I'm not where you left me at all. So if you don't show up, don't come out, don't come out.
And I love how she alternates between these frontline vocals and backline vocals. Don't show up, don't show up. Don't come out, don't come out.
Don't stop caring about me now.
About me now.
Walk away. You know how. You know how. Don't stop caring about me now.
This song is called Cool. I have not heard this one, so.
Guess I never had a love like this.
You know, quick story. I went to Jamaica for 3 days and all I could hear, granted, very small sample size because I was in one particular town, but the 3 artists I heard back to back were Rihanna, Bob Marley, and Dua Lipa. So I think it's safe to say that at least in Ocho Rios, they love Dua Lipa's music.
Hit me harder than I ever expected. We've been up for goddamn night, all night, all night. Keep it going till we see the sunlight. And the color of the sky got me losing all my cool. Cause I burn it up and I love the way you move. We get the heat and the thrill, gives it more than any pill. Never running out of juice when it's only me and you. You got me losing all my cool. I guess we're ready for the song.
I would love to hear Weeknd cover this song. You know how Dua Lipa covered The Hills Have Eyes? Or is it called The Hills? Or The Hills Have Eyes is the movie, right? Anyway, somebody in the comments, and shout out to you because I don't think you're a bad subscriber or anything, but I just noticed that someone disagreed with me. They didn't think that was a very good cover. They were like, I'm disappointed. And I was like, hey, I respect your opinion, but I thought she killed that cover.
And it's only me and you. You got me losing all my cool.
Yeah, this shit has got you. And like I've said in previous videos, I love that her music is multi-purpose. You could listen to it while you're working out, while you're going for a walk, while you're at a party, while you're, chilling on the beach. I mean, there's, while you're hanging out in the dentist's office. How can you not love that?
You got me losing all my cool.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that song. This one is called Physical.
Common love isn't for us. We created something phenomenal. Don't you agree? Don't you agree? You got me feeling diamond rich. Nothing on this.
Love this. This gives me a Grand Theft Auto Vice City vibe, like 1980s.
Who needs to go to sleep when I got you next to me? All night, I ride with you. I know you got my back, and you know I got you. So come on,
Oh, I've heard this.
come on.
Let's get physical.
Lights out, follow the noise. Baby, keep on dancing like you ain't got a choice. So come on,
Yeah, I've heard this.
come on, come on. Let's get physical. Adrenaline keeps on rushing in.
Like the bass line of this instrumental is just building up momentum until the beat drops and she goes, let's get physical. And she hits us with that chorus. I just love songs like that have a build up to them. That's what she did in her cover of The Hills. She was singing, but it was like kind of slow, soft, and somber. And then she just goes, I only call you when it's 5:30. And she elevates her tone and her voice. It's really powerful what she does. Just had to get my chapstick.
Agree? Don't you agree? I don't wanna live another life, 'cause this one's pretty nice. Living it up. Who needs to go to sleep when I got you next to me? All night, I ride with you. I know you got my back, and you know I got you. So come on.
And that's also a trademark of a lot of pop music that was coming out of the 1980s, where it's like spoken word on the song, then they transition into singing. So I just love where she gets her influence, even though I want to know where her biggest music influences are. In terms of artists. love that. Baby, keep on dancing like you ain't got a choice. Ooh, very Gaga-esque. Baby, keep on dancing. That sounds like something Lady Gaga would say. I don't even know what that's supposed to mean, but the way she sung it. I love that. I love that. And this one is Levitating. I've heard this. You know, honestly, the controversy with the baby, it has hindered my ability to truly enjoy this song. He says some pretty nasty stuff. And then what I really don't respect about it, of course, what he said was absolutely deplorable. But what I don't like about it is how he backtracked on it. First, he got mad at people for checking him, and then he apologized because it was starting to mess up his money. I think concerts and venues started reneging on their offer, you know, and they started pulling their invite, and so he started losing money. And now all of a sudden you're sorry, and then you go from being sorry to being on that anti-LGBT stuff again. So it's like, bro, which one is it? Which one? And we all know which one it is. Like, he's not fooling anybody. But what I just don't like about it is the insincerity of it all. Like, your beliefs are your beliefs until they hit you in the pockets and you start losing money. And then all of a sudden you want to apologize, but then you show your ass again. No, that apology is invalid. The only reason I did it was because I was losing money. And I really do believe what I said originally. Well, bro, you just a coward both ways. No matter how you spin it, like, you're a coward, because if your beliefs were as strong as they really are, if those are your true convictions, you would stand on it. You wouldn't apologize for it. And if you were honest and sincere about your apology and being misinformed, you wouldn't backtrack on the apology. Like, who does that? This is my favorite part. You blast off, but I'm feeling so electric down to awesome. And even if I wanted to, I can't stop. My love is like a rocket, watch it blast. Listen to her cute little British voice. She said, my love is like a rocket, won't you blast off? And I'm feeling so electric down to awesome. And even if I wanted to, I can't stop. You want me, I want you, baby. My sugar boo, I'm levitating. The Milky Way. I got you, moonlight, you're my starlight. I need you all night. Come on, dance with me. I'm levitating. You can fly away with me tonight. You can fly away with me tonight. Baby, let me take you for a ride. I'm levitating. Starlight, I need you all night. Come on, dance with me. I'm levitating. Somewhere in the middle. This is Pretty Please. Think I lied a little. I said if we took it there, I wasn't gonna change. But that went out the window. Even those lines, if you know, you know. If you know, you know. That's all I have to say. Her lyricism is highly underrated, because the sound is so electrifying, you know, and it makes you want to dance. So sometimes you could have this tendency to look past the substance in her words. Just listen to that. Somewhere in the middle, I think I lied a little. I said if I took a chance that... I said if we took it there, I wasn't gonna change. I said if we took it there, I wasn't gonna change. But that went out the window. But that went out the window. Man, some people will do that to you, man. You know, your energies clash, and you know the friction between y'all is just irresistible, and you find yourself doing things and saying things you never thought you would ever say. And in some ways that can be good, and in other ways that can be bad. It depends on who you with, what the chemistry is like, and whether the situation is healthy or toxic.
Yeah. But you're here now, and you're turning me on. I wanna feel a different kind of tension. Yeah, you guessed it, the kind that's fine.
Oh, and yeah, I've heard this song before.
When you leave me unattended, cause I miss you, and I need your love. When my mind is running wild, could you help me slow it down? Put my mind at ease.
And I love how the tempo slows down. Listen to that.
Slow it down, cause I miss you, and I need
When she says, can you help me slow it down?
your love. When my mind is running wild, could you help me slow it down? Put my mind.
And the way she drags that down as the guitar like slows down.
At ease. Pretty please, I need your hands on me. Sweet relief. Pretty please, exactly where
And that pause is just like so unconventional.
sweet relief.
Pretty please.
Exactly where I want me. Yeah. Underneath your body. Yeah. If we take it further, I swear I ain't gonna break. So baby, come try me. Baby, come find me. Baby, don't wind me up.
I just love that. So baby,
Try
come.
me. Further, I swear I ain't gonna break. So baby, come try me. Baby, come find me. Baby, don't wind me up. I know that I seem a little stressed out, but you're here now, and you're turning me on. I wanna feel a different kind of tension. Yeah, you guessed it, the kind that's fun. Hate it when you leave me unattended, cause I miss you, and I need your love. When my mind is running wild, could you help me slow it down? Put my mind at ease. Pretty please, I need your hands on me. Sweet relief. Pretty, put my mind at ease. Trickle down my spine. Oh, you look so pretty, please. Every single night.
And I love how she does her own background vocals. Like, I know she's not the only singer that does that, but the way she does it is absolutely brilliant.
I need your hands on me. When your kisses climb, oh, you give me sweet relief. Make me feel so weak. Would you help me out, please?
And like, where the hell did this come from? All these sounds, doom 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 doom, and the like, man, her sound engineers are A1. And that's what I love about her music. It's so random, it's so unpredictable.
Cause I miss you, and I need your love. When my mind is running wild, could you help me slow it down? Put my mind at ease. Trickle down my spine. Oh, you look so pretty, please. Every single night, I need your hands on me. When your kisses climb, oh, you give me sweet relief. Make me feel so weak. Would you help me out, please?
This one is called Hallucinate. I have not heard of this one before.
Pocket full of honey and I'm ready to go. No, I ain't got no money, but I'm letting you know that I'ma love you like a fool. Breathe you until I hallucinate.
Yeah, this definitely sounds like Lady Gaga, like something she would sing.
No, I could
That little. Mm-hmm. I like how this sounds. I like that. I hallucinate. You call my name. The stars in my. Ooh, and then it goes right back. This one is Love Again.
Find a way out. I never thought I'd hear my heartbeat so loud. I can't believe there's something left in my chest anymore. But goddamn, you got me in love again. I used to think that I was made out of stone. I used to spend so many nights on my own.
I used to think that I was made out of stone. I used to spend so many nights on my own.
I never knew I had it in me to dance anymore. But goddamn, you got me in love again. Show me the heavens right here, baby. Touch me so I know I'm not crazy. Never have I ever met somebody like you. Used to be afraid of love and what it might do. But goddamn, you got me in love again.
I just love that. I love everything about this. I love how the instrumental switched to like purely guitar, and then you could hear her voice.
I used to spend so many nights on my own. I never knew I had it in me to dance anymore. But goddamn, you got me in love again. Show me the heavens right here, baby. Touch me so I know I'm not crazy. Never have I ever met somebody like you. Used to be afraid of love and what it might do. But goddamn, you got me in love again.
Do you hear it? Do you hear it? The high pitched vocals.
But goddamn, you got me in love again. So many nights my tears fell harder than rain. Scared I would take my broken heart to the grave.
This shit is just, oh man, it's easy to miss.
Again. So many nights my tears fell harder than rain.
So many nights my tears fell harder than rain. These are bars, people. These are bars. I love the imagery.
Scared I would take my broken heart to the grave.
Scared I would take my broken heart to the grave. There's nothing quite as painful as that, as you know, getting out of a relationship where you had your heart broken and not knowing if you're capable of letting your guard down and positioning yourself to get into another relationship where you could both give love and receive love. You know, that fear, that dread that you might go to the grave with your heart broken. That is a heavy feeling.
Have to live in a storm like before. But God,
what did she say?
Scared I would take my broken heart to the grave. I'd rather die than have to live in a storm like before. But God,
I'd rather die than have to live in a storm like before. These lyrics are so relatable, man. These lyrics are so damn relatable. I'd rather die than have to live in a storm like before. Man.
Damn, you got me in love again. Show me the heavens right here, baby. Touch me so I know I'm not crazy. Never have I ever met somebody like you. Used to be afraid of love and what it might do. But goddamn, you got me in love again. 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 Again. I can't believe I finally found someone. I'll sink my teeth in disbelief 'cause you're the one that I want. I can't believe
Who could have imagined this? I sounded like an owl. Who? No, but you hear like the violin, like, you know, undergirding the pop beat, and you also have Dua Lipa alternating her voice, you know, utilizing those voice inflections in such a unique way, very similar to what you would hear from a lot of singers from the Middle East and in India. The way she says, "I can't believe that," but she doesn't just say, "I can't believe." She says, "I can't believe." She like does this thing where she fluctuates her voice like guitar strings, you know, like when they go in disbelief. Yeah, I finally found someone. But hers was faster. Mine, I sink my teeth. I just think that's so amazing how she could do that like back to back to back and hit all those notes in octaves.
I never thought that I would find a way out. I never thought I'd hear my heartbeat so loud. I can't believe there's something left in my chest anymore. But goddamn, you got me in love again.
La, la, la. I love that. I love that.
My chest anymore. But goddamn, you got me in love again. I can't believe I finally
She's fucking brilliant.
I'll sing my teeth in disbelief, 'cause you're the one that I want. I can't believe there's something left inside my chest.
Do you hear that? I can't believe that. Dun, da, 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 da. Those background vocals, man, they're faint, but they make the song complete.
I can't believe there's something left inside my chest anymore. But goddamn, you got me in love again. You got me in love again. You got me in love again. You got me in love again and again and again and again and again.
What a roller coaster that song is. And this is dun, 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 dun. This is my favorite.
I've always been
This is Break My Heart.
the one to say the first goodbye. Had to love and lose 100 million times. Had to get it wrong to know just what I like. Now I'm falling. You say my name like I have never heard before. I'm indecisive, but this time I know for sure. I hope I'm not the only one that feels it all. Are you falling?
Everything is relatable, man.
Center of attention, you know you can get whatever you want from me. Whenever you want it, baby. It's you and my reflection. I'm afraid of all the things it could do to me. If I would've known it, baby, I would've stayed at home.
This shit
'Cause I
right
was
here.
better alone. But when you said hello, I knew that was the end of it all. I should've stayed at home. 'Cause now there ain't no letting you go. Am I falling in love with the one that could break my heart? Oh no, I was doing better alone. But when you said hello, I knew that was the end of it all. I should've stayed at home. 'Cause now there ain't no letting you go. Am I falling in love with the one that could break my heart?
See, and like, who the fuck thinks about that? Listen to the guy in the background. Like, who thinks about these vocals and these everything that they do, where they place the vocals and the sounds in these songs? It's so intricate. It's so complex. It's absolutely beautiful, but it doesn't like overstimulate you. You know what I'm saying? Like, there are more ways than one to appreciate her music. If you don't appreciate what she's singing about, which I don't know why you wouldn't, but if you don't, then you got to appreciate the instruments, like the instrumental. If you don't appreciate the instrumental, then you have to appreciate her vocal capabilities, you know, her talents as a vocalist, very similar to Beyonce. That's why I'm highly suspicious of people who say, I don't like Beyonce. And it's like, what do you mean you don't like Beyonce? What, you don't like the instruments that she uses in her songs? Like, you don't like the melodies? Okay, that's fine. That's fine. But you gotta like her as a vocalist, right? No, I don't think she's the best vocalist. I don't like what she does with her voice. What do you mean? She does everything with her voice. Everything. You tell her what you want, and she'll know how to sing it. Well, I don't know. I don't like what she sings about. Hold on. She sings about a whole lot of things. You know what I'm saying? She's very versatile. There's a song for you. Well, no, I don't. And it's like, okay, you just playing games. You just want to be countercultural.
You know you can get whatever you want from me. Whenever you want it, baby. It's you and my reflection. I'm afraid of all the things it could do to me. If I would've known it, baby, I would've stayed at home.
This right here.
'Cause I was doing better alone. But when you said hello, I knew that was the end of it all. I should've stayed at home. 'Cause now there ain't no
It leaves you on the edge of your seat. You know what I'm saying? Where your mind is forced to like slow down and really hone in on the lyrics and pay attention to how she masters her vocals when they strip that beat for a few seconds. For that few seconds, you're paying attention to how skillful she is as a vocalist. And you got to appreciate that. And then they drop the beat. And then you go back to like partying and appreciating the song in its entirety.
'Cause I was doing better alone. But when you said hello, I knew that was the end of it all. I should've stayed at home. 'Cause now there ain't no letting you go. Am I falling in love with the one that could break my heart? Oh no, I was doing better alone. But when you said hello, I knew that was the end of it all. I should've stayed at home. 'Cause now there ain't no letting you go. Am I falling in love with the one that could break my heart?
See, right back. It makes you feel like you're at a party or something.
I wonder when you go if I stay on your mind. Two can play that game, but you win me every time. Everyone before you was a waste of time.
And you got me.
Center of attention, you know you can get whatever you want from me. Whenever you want it, baby. It's you and my reflection.
I just hope-
I'm afraid of all the things it could do to me.
I just hope I can find somebody in my life to make me feel what she's feeling in this song. You know? I'm afraid of all the things you can do. That's the cost of love. That's the cost of love. But it's so worth it if you can find it. If you could find that thing, letting your guard down, being vulnerable, opening yourself up to someone. The cost is high, but the reward can be even higher. You know, if you stumble across the right person and you're able to make the most out of it. You know, and it can be a scary feeling because you don't know if they're the right person. You know what I'm saying? Usually, you know, because sometimes we get it messed up and we think we found the right person and they end up taking advantage of us or using us or exploiting us in some way or abusing us. And that might make us a little skittish to open up to the next person. But if we are too skittish, if we truly do think we're better off at home, then we just never gonna find the person who is willing to take care of us, look after us, and love us for who we truly are. See what I'm saying? So just go at your own pace, be self-aware, and try not to sabotage whatever prospects you have going on in life.
If I would've known it, baby, I would've stayed at home. 'Cause I was doing better alone. But when you said hello, I knew that was the end of it all. I should've stayed at home. 'Cause now
love these background vocals.
My heart.
Okay, this song is called Good in Bed.
Yeah, let's get to the point here. You love to disappoint me, don't ya? You tell me what I want, but ain't no follow through. You don't follow through. And it be better.
She said, if only you knew me like how you know my body, maybe we could see this through. Paraphrasing here. And that is such an astute point coming from her, because sex does have the potential to be great, don't get me wrong. But establishing that emotional connection before you engage in intercourse or physical romance is also really important. And it can enhance the experience for both people, you know, should you establish that connection. And that sounds like Ariana Grande.
Then I think maybe we could probably see this through. We can make it through, but I've been thinking.
She does that in one of her songs. I forgot which song. Y'all help me out.
It'd be better if we didn't know each other. Then you go and make me feel okay. Got me thinking.
Safety net. I've been falling with no safety net.
Be better if we didn't stay together. Good in bed, please.
Well, that's true too, man. You can also do what's called trauma bonding, which is exchange emotions and feelings on the basis of negativity, which for folks in broken situations can heighten arousal. Why arousal? And you know, from there you can have good sex. You can have good sex, but that is not necessary, I don't believe, or at least I refuse to believe that that's the only way you can have good sex.
But I think that's what makes us good in bed. I dedicate this verse to all that good pipe in the moonlight and the long nights where we did everything but talk it through. That's what we do, yeah. Each other, they all go and make me feel okay. But I think that's what makes us good in bed.
All right, there you go. That's Good in Bed. It was catchy, but it didn't have as many layers and dimensions as her other songs. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't as complex.
It's second nature to walk home before the sun goes down and put your keys between your knuckles when there's boys around.
So this is called Boys Will Be Boys, and just judging on the first couple verses, it's like she said it's second nature to be walking home when the sun goes down. So I think this is a social statement about double standards between men and women, boys and girls, and how girls are held to a different standard than boys. Perhaps, standards that come with like unrealistic expectations, which makes women feel boxed in and limited, like they can't be themselves.
The sun goes down and put your keys between your knuckles when there's boys around. Isn't it funny how we laugh it off to hide our fear when there's nothing funny here? Sick intuition that they taught us so we won't freak out. We hide our figures doing anything to shut their mouths. We smile away to ease the tension so it don't go south. But there's nothing funny now. When will we stop saying things? Cause they're all listening. No, the kids ain't alright. Oh, and they do what they see. Cause it's all on TV. Oh, the kids ain't alright. Boys will be, boys will be.
It's all on TV, and we have to think as consumers about the kind of like media and music that we consume, because we perpetuate those double standards without even thinking we do. You know what I'm saying? Like,
By this soul, you're clearly doing something wrong. If you're offended by this soul, then you're probably saying, boys will be, boys will be, boys will be, boys will be, boys. But girls will be women. When we stop saying things, cause they're all listening. No, the kids ain't alright.
I think that's so powerful how she had those girls singing.
Do what they say, cause it's all on TV. No, the kids ain't alright. Boys will be, boys will be, boys will be, boys will be boys. But girls will be women. Boys will be, boys will be, boys will be, boys will be boys. But girls will be women.
I think this album was so powerful in more ways than one. I really enjoyed it, and if I had to rate it, I would definitely give it 5 stars. And I think she's awesome, and she's just getting started as far as I'm concerned. If y'all enjoyed this reaction video, please comment, like, or subscribe. Tell me what else you want me to check out next. I will see y'all next time. Peace.